since I was a 10-year-old girl, I thought I was destined to be fat for the rest of my life. And I've tried losing weight multiple times since then. My mom would take me out on runs every single morning. I was trying those fat loss friendly recipes, but nothing was working. But it only took one day where I decided that I was gonna double down and actually commit to my fitness journey that it has completely changed the trajectory of my life. I went from being a 10-year-old almost on the verge of obese girl to now almost losing 40 pounds in my fitness journey. And what I'm about to tell you in this video today might be exactly what you needed to hear, because it has helped me change my mindset, beliefs, habits, which has led me to a body that I am finally confident in. And not only that, but has made a positive impact in the rest of my life, from family, relationships, business. So if you are on the verge of giving up on your fitness journey, I highly encourage you to watch this entire thing. Girl, let me tell you, my fitness journey goes way back then. I remember that I was already on the verge of obesity by the time I hit kindergarten. And everyone around me, including my parents, doctors, professionals, everyone was telling me that I was getting too fat, that I needed to lose weight. Imagine trying to hear that when you're already like a 7-year-old, 6-year-old going into kindergarten your first day, and all you feel is already insecurity about how the clothes were looking on you, how the fact that you were bigger than other girls in the classroom. It wasn't a pleasant feeling at all, man. And as much as I know my family was trying to motivate me and inspire me by, bringing awareness of how big I was getting, it was not helpful at all. If anything, I feel like it did more damage to me in the long run, but we're not here for that. I was already feeling very insecure at this point, and on top of that, I started to notice that boys and girls were starting to interact with one another, and I felt like no guys really wanted to interact with me at such a young age because I was very big. I was bigger than most guys in my class, bro. Oh my god, it was ridiculous. And this feeling didn't go away past elementary school or even middle school or even high school. This went into my first and second year of college, at a point where everyone started to actually date, at a point where everyone was going out, dressing cute, taking pictures, and guess what I was doing? I was trying my best to avoid any sort of camera. I didn't want to look at myself in the mirror. I was trying to avoid the malls as much as possible because I didn't want to try to go out and find an outfit that I knew was not going to fit me as much as I wanted to and start crying in front of the mirror at the mall again. I didn't want to go through that experience. And a lot of people may be asking, then why didn't you just lose weight? Baby girl, I tried. As much as it probably sounds like I didn't, I tried. I went to the gym, I've fallen off, I tried these weird diets, it did not work. I've developed very, very unhealthy eating habits to the point that I think I was also on the verge of having bulimia or whatever the case may be, and purging. I was not happy with myself. I felt guilty every time I did overeat. I couldn't enjoy food because I felt like everyone was looking at me. It really got tiresome. It truly, truly did. However, there is something deep embedded in my soul, in my brain, that I was not meant for this. As much as I tried to do that whole body positivity,
oh my god, you should just love your body for the way it is. Your body is a blessing. Size doesn't matter.
And listen, I agree to an extent. But if it's getting to the point where you don't feel happy in the way you look, and you're consistently trying to feed your mind with toxic positivity, as they want to say, that's not helpful. You're being delusional, but it's not leading you to what you want to do or leading you where you know you're meant to be. So once I finally stopped trying to do that whole body positivity thing, I actually started being real with myself. I'm like, listen, you're fat because you're not putting in the work. So you have no right to be complaining right now. And I had to be really, really harsh on myself and be like, you know what? You're right. Because once I started being real with myself, I had to understand that this sort of stuff isn't a quick fix, which has led me to so many downfalls, because that's all I was trying to do. I was trying to find so many shortcuts to lose weight as quickly as possible, and that's exactly why none of it ever stuck with me. Now let's fast forward to the time where I actually started making change in my life. It was during COVID time, yes, the pandemic, one of the worst periods in the majority of people's lives. Businesses were falling, people were losing jobs, people were getting, unfortunately, very sick, and so on and so forth. But for me, that was the breaking point. That was the change that I needed in my entire life. In this time period, my mom, my parents, they did not let me leave the house for any reason unless it was for work, or we came to an agreement that I could go out for runs when no one was outside. And since I was trapped inside my room all day, I felt like I was going crazy. My anxiety levels were peaking, and I knew the one thing that always helped me feel better during these times was moving my body. So I decided to go out on a run every single day at 5 a.m. near the track in my house and just consistently run, so I could feel better. And little did I know that this was the beginning towards the biggest change in my life. I started losing weight like crazy. I started seeing results that I've never even seen or could even realistically imagine before. And at this moment, I became absolutely obsessed. And I started spending hours, and I mean hours and days researching about weight loss, fat loss, how to lose weight, how to look toned, what are calories, what are macros, all of it. I did all the research because that's all I had to do during this time. And after hours of doing so much research, I came across something called body recomposition, which is just the art of losing fat and building muscle at the same time, which I had no idea existed. This is when I started controlling exactly how I was eating, my portion sizes. I understood about macros and calories and all of that, and I was honing in and diving into my fitness journey like never before. I got myself a gym membership in my hometown. I started going to the grocery store and cooking my own foods for myself in my Hispanic household. I started saying no to the foods that I knew weren't going to be helping me with my goals. I was crazy obsessed with wanting to reach my goals because I saw things that I never thought were possible within my body, within my skin, within my confidence. And this was the drive from years of failure that was burning this desire inside me, which has led me to losing my first ever 30 pounds within just 3 to 4 months. Now, I'm probably making this seem like such a simple step, like, okay, so you went to the gym, you started eating better, and that's how you lost weight, yada, yada, yada. But you need to understand how difficult this was for me in the very beginning. I spent, like I said, almost a decade, since a 10-year-old girl up until the age of 19, of constant failure. But when I started to take just one day to actually commit to myself and see how far I could go with that, I saw results, and that changed everything. Because once you commit to yourself and see how far you can go with that and see the results that you've always wanted and never thought were possible, that's gonna light up a fuel, light up a spark in you that you probably never even experienced before. And that is all you need in order to lose weight exponentially. So listen, if you've been trying to lose weight for the last year or two, decade, or even decades at this point, and haven't seen any results, haven't gotten to the point that you actually feel confident and happy in your own skin, I'm here to tell you that you are not failing. Because the moment that you decide to actually give up and stop, that is when you fail. Every single failing moment is just a lesson that you're learning. You're learning what's working for you. You're learning what's not working for you. You're learning what's sustainable. You're learning what you like about fitness and dieting versus what you don't. It's all a learning process, and it takes time. I went through it day in and day out for years, crying myself to bed because I genuinely hated how I was or how I looked or how I thought. But I'm here to tell you that it only takes one day out of your entire life to completely change the way you feel and look about yourself. And if this video is helping you right now and you're starting to feel inspired and motivated to actually take action, then let me give you some tips. I want you to start taking progress pictures, videos about yourself, even if you feel like you're gonna fail again, even if you feel like you're not even gonna see proper results. I promise you that you're gonna be so grateful and thankful that you took a picture of yourself from before and then reflect on it months after this, years after this, and see how far you have came. I still look at my progress pictures every single time I'm feeling demotivated with something in my life. And quite frankly, if you're feeling kind of cringe about the tips that I'm saying, then you need to do the second tip, which is changing your mindset. Because baby girl, I promise you right now that if your mindset is not in the right place, you will not achieve anything that you want in life. If I genuinely thought and kept believing that I was not going to lose weight when I actually was, I probably would have stopped. I would have self-sabotaged myself, my journey, and my results at the end of the day. Now, these are very important tips that you should 100% implement into your journey right now after you click off this video. But this last one is the most important one of them all. And it's a skill that I'm so thankful that I have learned because it has consistently helped me lose weight time and time after again. So I know that if you learn this skill, you will be able to keep the weight off for the rest of your life on top of that. And that is learning how to freaking enjoy the process. As corny as it may sound, don't click off this video. As corny as I know that may sound, it's 100% valid. Because the more I started falling in love with fitness and my diet and the community that I was putting myself into, the easier it became for me to consistently do the daily healthy habits that I needed in order to keep losing weight. If I felt like fitness was a drag, like a chore, I would find so many excuses in the book to not pursue it. But if I learned how to love it by finding a different type of workout to do, finding a new gym, trying out a new recipe that I really found interesting, these were things that were going to help attract me towards my journey versus repel me. And that's exactly what you need to learn how to do. You need to learn how to fall in love with the journey, fall in love with your progress, so everything can come together at the end and you see results without even realizing it. Listen, girl, if you can relate to anything I just said in this video, first thing I want to say, I'm sorry. Like, I know this is not a pleasant feeling at all, not feeling comfortable in your own skin, feeling like the biggest girl in the room, feeling like it's hopeless that you have no chance of actually losing weight. But I'm also here to tell you that if I could do it, you can 100% do it too. And I have 3 options for you to start taking action right now as soon as you click off this video. So number 1, you can do what I did and learn everything on your own. Learn how to calculate your calories, calculate your macros, plan out a workout routine, and find a systematic approach on how to implement it into your daily life. And I do have videos for you to help you do that.
Or you can download my free 8-week summer shred prep guide where I'm going to give you a general idea of what to do for the following 8 weeks in terms of, nutrition, workouts, mindset, motivation stuff, all that good stuff. And I even have a free little Latina nutrition cheat sheet for you if that's something I feel like will be helpful. But you can get it by clicking the link down below in my description.
Or lastly, and my most favorite one personally, you can also join my one-on-one coaching program. This is where I personally guide you through all the mistakes I've made, all the lessons I've learned, and teach you the ways of properly losing fat so you can do this for the rest of your life. I will be leaving everything linked down below in the description, so check it out if you like. But I want you to leave off this video with the one thing that I would consistently tell myself that has helped me lose almost 40 pounds in my fat loss journey, and it's this: if thousands of people in this world are able to lose weight, why can't I? I want you to comment that down below so I know that this is a phrase that you're going to be taking with you after you're done watching this video, because that is something that I consistently tell myself every single day to help me feel motivated, to help me feel inspired, and actually help me believe that this is possible. I really hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. But I will see you in the next one. Talk to you later, hun. Bye!